I got something I want to get off my chest, so this is a rant, okay? You have been warned. Here's my rant. The Earth is a sphere, okay? It's a sphere! And no, I'm not talking to the flat earthers. I'm talking to those people. You know who you are. You know you're already scrolling down to type into the comments.
Actually, it's an oblate spheroid.
No! Not for 99.99% of the use cases where we talk about the shape of the Earth. It's a sphere. Okay, so this is the Earth depicted as a perfect sphere, bang onto the equator, from far away enough that there's very little perspective distortion. We're seeing the entire hemisphere. Now I'm gonna make it oblate to exactly the same level as it is in reality. Ready? There it is! You see it? Now it's oblate, now it's not. It's a perfect sphere again. Now it's oblate, now it's a perfect sphere. Now it's oblate, now it's a perfect sphere. Do you see the difference? No, you do not. Here's the oblate Earth. It's 1,994 pixels high and 2,002 pixels wide. That's only 8 pixels difference. At 4K. Can you see that? I don't think so. Okay, so why do I care? Well, it's because of the flurfs and other peddlers of pseudoscience, the ones who want to convince you that the moon landings were a hoax and Artemis 2 was a fake and all that. Of course, this picture debunks them. It's the 1972 blue marble picture taken in glorious 70mm Equatorial film by the Apollo 17 crew on 7 December 1972. And yet, what do the flurfs and moon hoaxers say?
Why is it a sphere? Why isn't it oblate? I thought it was an oblate spheroid. It's a fake because it's a sphere and not an oblate spheroid. It's fake, it's fake, it's fake. Wah, I wet myself.
People make way too big a deal about the oblateness of the Earth. While there are occasions where that matters, most of the time it doesn't. And so people end up getting the wrong impression that the oblateness is really significant, and they get an exaggerated impression of it. Let's say you have an Earth the size of a tennis ball. Let's say it's exactly 66 millimeters in diameter. So now, let's say you make your tennis ball Earth to absolute scale with the real Earth, oblateness and all. If the polar height is 66 millimeters, then what is the equatorial width of the tennis ball Earth? The answer is about 222 microns. That's about the thickness of 2 sheets of printer paper. And when you include the difference between the top of Mount Everest and the bottom of the Challenger Deep, that's about 100 microns, less than the width of a human hair. Even if we combine all that together, the seams on the tennis ball are about 10 times thicker. It would vary by about half the thickness of a paper towel. In fact, scale-wise, the Earth is rounder and smoother than a billiard ball. If someone said that pool was played with sphere-shaped balls, would you feel this need to correct them? Like you somehow feel you need to do with the Earth?
Actually, billiard balls aren't really spheres.
Give me a break! So yes, there are contexts where you need to consider the equatorial bulge and other imperfections in the Earth's shape. But for most discussions, it's a sphere. It's closer to a sphere than most things we happily call spheres. Why this need to continually make this correction? You're not educating people, just the opposite. You're giving them an exaggerated notion of just how little the Earth deviates from a perfect sphere. So just knock it off already. And if you see one of these pedants say oblate spheroid in a context where it doesn't really matter, maybe link them to this video and tell them they're doing far more harm than good.